If you chase after that girl, Johnny, you're only proving one thing. That you don't have what it takes to be a citizen. If you've seen some of my other videos, then you may have started to piece together that I may have had my heart ripped out of my ass a few times before. And if this is your first time watching me, well, surprise. I'm not trying to play the blame game here. A lot of my heartache could have been avoided if I wasn't so stupid.
But it all was bullshit!
But had I avoided it, I wouldn't have learned anything.
Oh, somebody kill me, please!
It's a great conundrum. And no other movie makes this memory of heart and ass pain more visceral for me than the oft-misunderstood sci-fi classic Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bolorama. Starship Troopers. Equal parts praised and loathed, Starship Troopers is a curiosity, to say the least. Just a big dumb movie where things go boom real big. To say the most, I would say that Starship Troopers is a brilliantly disguised, multi-layered satire, parody, and commentary on fascism, the military-industrial complex, foreign policy, criticism, and violence, both in products of war and political... And I freaking love it! For all those reasons, especially the big dumb parts that go boom real good. But I'm not here to talk about any of that lowbrow or sophisticated stuff. I'm here to talk about one of the most universal of universal things. Love, man. At the center of this movie, there's a beating heart that turns into a broken one, but then stitches itself back together and hardens.
You're horrible!
This heart belongs to Johnny Rico, and his heart is like our heart. They say our eyes are the windows to our souls, but it is our hearts as the engines of our bodies that make us go. And our hearts are very durable things, but very naive and vulnerable things too, as this movie too painfully shows us. Because Johnny's heart isn't the only heart in the movie that suffers. There's also the dizzying heart of Dizzy Flores. She's passionate, intelligent, beautiful, but like Johnny, she's also fallen in love with someone who doesn't love her back. Johnny. Because Johnny loves Carmen.
But I want Carmen.
Oh, you got it bad.
And although Carmen does date Johnny, she doesn't love him. Not really.
I love you.
Carmen ends up falling for Xander, and these two actually share a love, the only instance where love is not unrequited, but maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. There's a lot to unpack here in this story of a love squared and all its confusing complexities, and I don't want to end before I really begin, because finishing too soon makes me lose all my confidence as a man. You know what I mean? Hello? Oh, Johnny! Everybody look, it's Johnny! Look, Johnny, I'm glad you called, because there's some things I need to talk to you about. Things that will be hard for me to dredge up because, things might get a little personal. So wait then, why am I doing this? Why would I want to drown myself in the memories of my own embarrassments and heartache vis-a-vis Starship Troopers, Johnny? Who am I really doing this for?
We'll do it for Johnny!
Rico. Oh yeah, of course. For you. Yeah, maybe. Like, you, Johnny, are the surrogate for all of us foolish fools. So this is for all of us fools. So then why do fools fall in love? Well, because they're fools, of course, but also because we just can't help it. After all, love is what makes the world go round. It spins us right round, like a record, baby. And like that other song says, love is all around us, so come on and let it show. Let it show? But is love really hiding? I don't think so. It's right out there for all of us to see. Our eyes just sometimes get too cynical. Love is the connections of the connections. This isn't crazy talk, I'm being serious. It's like we're in Love Trek and we're
Charting the unknown possibilities of existence.
At least that's the way it should be. The opposite of this is tunnel vision. Sometimes our field of view narrows so much and we get so hooked on a certain something or someone. And the longer we run after it, the crazier we get. So much so that we can't even remember being sane. And all the other people in our lives become static or full of shit.
All right, that's it. You are cut off.
This is you, Johnny Rico. And this has been me too. And I'm willing to bet that those of you watching, you might be thinking of someone right now. A certain someone that you had an almost magnetic-like attraction to. Someone you can't forget. For better or worse.
You wanted a career?
I can think of someone like that. Her name was... Her name was... We're all like you, Johnny, that's what I'm saying. You perpetually chase after Carmen Ibanez like Tom chases Jerry. She lets you get just close enough from time to time to let you think that you can actually catch up with her, but before you know it, she's gone. And you're left alone. A Johnny-come-lately to your own life. Your only company being the recent realization of your own pitiful existence. And this is a really dangerous place to be in, you know? Psychologically. Because at this point, your whole identity has gotten mixed up in your pursuit of this one unattainable person. Pursuits like that are dangerous, Johnny. Here, let me play you a clip from this PSA. Every school kid knows that 90s era Denise Richards is dangerous. Stay away from her. Seriously, it's not worth it. Would you like to know more? Do you see what I'm getting at, Johnny? Let's continue. Once someone like that is suddenly pulled out of your life, you feel the force of the withdrawal, like a sledgehammer. It's like you've been on this drinking bender without even knowing it, and all of a sudden there's no more booze. You gotta go to rehab almost to get your right head about everything. The first couple of days after are the hardest. You just wanna lay around and be miserable. And you think, if I just call her, maybe talk to her for a minute, maybe I could explain. No! Don't go climbing back into that bottle, my friend. You gotta pick yourself up by your bootstraps, Johnny. Things have gotten out of whack and fuzzy. So you gotta find a way to refocus.
I can't see anything. Use your open eye, Frank.
Even though I think the mobile infantry kind of ruins your life in the end, Johnny, and that you become a nearly brain-dead, machine-like automaton of the state.
Come on, you ape! You wanna live forever!
In the beginning, the service actually saves your life. From your life. At least for a little while. When we first met you, Johnny, you seemed like a fairly average young man. A very well sculpted average young man, mind you. But still flawed. That's why I like you, Johnny. Sure, you're not the smartest guy in the world, but you've got a good heart. You're just a little obsessed is all. And that's kind of your problem. You do have this passion, but Carmen is your only passion. But bear in mind, this didn't happen overnight. You look to be a pretty athletic guy, with a passion for football and gymnastics. I'm guessing this was probably what you did a lot of growing up, and for a lot of high school too. That is, until Carmen slowly took over that passion to the point that she factored into just about every part of your life. I'm right, aren't I, Johnny? She became the reason for you to do anything. I don't know if this is actually true, I'm just spitballing. Plus, it's just a movie and you're just a fictitious character played by an actor, so yeah. But unlike some people said about Carmen in the early test screenings of the movie and still now, I don't really hate Carmen. I mean, I don't like how she treats you, Johnny, like how she kind of strings you along because you're convenient, or how she kind of dangles the possibility of sex in front of you, or how she's openly flirtatious with other guys, or how she dumps you after you obviously joined up just for her. Damn. She's just placating you, Johnny. It's an old game. Make you believe that there is a possibility of a future between the two of you, and that will persuade you to do anything. Zip. You know what? No. That's some manipulative crap she pulls. She is a butthole. Carmen, you can take that 23rd century salute and bugger off to the next sap. Your mom is right, Johnny. She is just some silly little girl who wants to look handsome in a uniform.
Don't talk about Carmen that way.
But we're right, Johnny. She's not good for you. I know it may not feel that way now, but it's true. You'll see. Because this leaves you with nothing but the mobile infantry. Well, you know, after your parents get blown up, inadvertently giving you a purpose in life that you didn't have before. And you're good at it. Like a round peg. You can make a difference. Just like you did when you play football. It comes naturally to you, and it makes you feel useful. Which is what I'm getting at. You need to have a purpose, Johnny. Beyond Carmen. And it's got to be something larger than yourself. Something affecting. It has to be your one thing. Like Curly said, you stick to that and everything else don't mean shit. But I think even Curly, God rest his soul, would say that's a bit hyperbolic. But only in that the exaggeration makes his philosophy more clear. That being whether or not your love is rejected or returned, whether or not your heart is broken or intact. You've got to stick to your mission, Johnny, like Indiana Jones, or heck, even James Bond. Because not everything can go together like peas and carrots. Some people don't even belong on the same plate.
Get it, Rico! Mobile infantry and fleet don't mix.
This is where Carmen comes back into the equation. And she doesn't add to the formula, Johnny. She takes from you, makes you weak. So don't try. But you do try. And this is your tragedy. It's hard to let go, I know. But if there was ever a possibility of her loving you, you would have known by now. It's true, you know, what they say about admiring what we don't have. But what they don't say as much is that giving up isn't bad. If you've given it your best shot, then that's all you can do. You've got to know when to walk away, Johnny. And no, you can't be friends. Not even a Christmas card. Because it wouldn't be fair for either of you. You would always want more than simple friendship, and she would never have the company of a true friend. Both of you would be wasting your time, and time is one of the most precious things we have. It's irreplaceable. So just don't give your time to people who give you their time. This is where Dizzy comes back in. But instead of taking away from the equation, she adds to it. 1 + 1 = you're not alone, Johnny. But she dies. And if this weren't fiction, I think eventually you would come to miss the love she gives you and come to regret not appreciating her when she was alive. But this is a movie, Johnny, and you're just a character in a story closed end to end. This is why I think that Dizzy had to die. Because although this movie dresses up as a big dumb action movie, it's wearing some symbolic underwear. From the beginning of the movie, Johnny, you've come off as this guy who wants to find his place in the world and is essentially torn between two places, home and the service. Dizzy followed you into the mobile infantry, even though she said she didn't. But she was the last thing tying you to home after home was blown up. So when she dies in your arms, it's not only her that's dying, Johnny. It's everything and anything that was pure left within you that died along with her. After that, you had nowhere else to turn but to the mobile infantry, to the gears of the machine, to Carmen Ibanez, the flesh and blood representation of blind ignorance. So you can see now, it was much more than a woman that died with Dizzy. It was hope, humanity, tenderness, and love. You're still a man with a mission, that's true. But without the levity of love, all that you've become is fresh meat for the grinder. You've lost everything, but maybe we can learn something from that loss. Love hurts, but sometimes it has to. The wrong girl died. That's all I have to say. The next time you hear from me, I'll be calling from Zagama Beach, where the water is clean and the air is just right for drinking. Oh, what's that? Oh, it looks like rain. Oh, it sure is dark.
Your transmission has been terminated due to atmospheric interference.
Oh, Johnny! Everybody look, it's Johnny! Look, Johnny.